Hello everybody, how are you doing today? My name is Zach TG, and today we're going to finish up the Chapter 3 trial of the Danganronpa blind playthrough. Now of course, in the last stream, we managed to find out that Hifumi was actually involved in the murders, and we have to find out who the true killer is. Pretty much. Yeah, I think my thoughts on this so far. Yeah, my thoughts on this. Yeah, basically with her photograph. Yeah, I don't have it in the truthful section. But if Hifumi was involved in the murders, then the photograph of him being captured by Robo Justice should not even exist. So I think that really makes Celeste look suspicious now, doesn't it? So, let's see what happens.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
Yep.
So he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Yep.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Yeah?
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Oh yeah, Justice Hammer 3 wasn't found in the repository.
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all.
Yeah.
But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So
Yeah.
if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
Pretty easy in the repository since there were hammers found there.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments.
Similar, but not exactly.
But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue. So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Well, since they were shown earlier not to inflict fatal wounds.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too.
Yeah.
And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Yeah.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
Yeah.
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
Not really.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. Yep, the spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice
Yeah,
Hammer
don't be
4?
rash, don't be rash.
well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
What?
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice...
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
I'm rash again, but I'm pretty sure about this, what it looks like.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris.
Except for one.
But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the justice hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Yeah.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer.
Yeah.
The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him.
Why, Celeste? Why?
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
Unless they did the killing themselves.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Yeah, but what if one person kills one person and another person kills another person? I think the graduation rule still applies there, I think both of them may graduate, possibly. That's what I think, anyway. We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought first, but... Another non-stop debate. Thoughtless hammer. We're talking about the rules, not the hammer.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
Okay, so it's gotta be another
even
memory
if more
bullet.
than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Yep, there were two murders, so it's not impossible after all. Can we really say there's no chance two people work together on this?
Based on the rules that have been, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply
Not impossible.
No, that's wrong.
There's been two murders.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
Yeah.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka.
Yeah.
They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Dang.
But that's just evil! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murderers were the same, that was the main characteristic this time. Yoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Yoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now!
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. And we're accusing that person right now. Yeah, this person I think is very suspicious. Has to be Celeste. Yeah, she really is the most suspicious one to me right now, so... Celeste, I accuse you.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Yep. What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Well, that was basically encountering the suspicious individual.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush, the adults are talking now.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Yep.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Oh, huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. Oh, this is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups, so that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split it into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Fuyukuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
Ugh.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
I think I now realize what her mistake was. I think earlier, 2 parts ago, near the end of this, near the end of that part, I think she said guys have been murdered when she did not know about Taka being murdered.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died. Yep, those guys.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
How did she know that Taka died?
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Ryukuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Oh, come on, Makoto. Surely even you should realize it by now. Do we really need a non-stop debate about this? Another truth bullet, I imagine.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
When she said that, she should only have known about Hifumi's death. With that in mind, what's so strange about what she said is... Okay, so I gotta go through the entire testimony again.
Enjoying the sight of us. They must be... We are going to die. And that is all.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's what was so strange about Celeste's comment.
Okay, so I'm guessing I have to use so strange. And put it in those guys.
They must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be...
We are all going to die here. We are going to die, Just
No, that's wrong.
Gotcha, Celeste.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys die. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys?
Yeah, how, Celeste?
Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
Oh, it could have easily been faked.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Except the camera does not have a timer.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
Yep.
No, there is no other explanation.
Oh, quit denying it, Celeste. There are other possibilities, and you know it. Other explanations. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is, well, they're not dancing, they're not drinking, Hifumi has to be dragging the suspect away.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
Yeah.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Why?
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible?
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up.
It couldn't bend over. We proved that earlier.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
You're still denying it, Celeste?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate? Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Maybe he was still in on it, you know. Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Jeez, Celeste, calm down.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He kept saying the last names, I believe. That makes the most sense.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal.
Yeah.
But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
So her real name's not Celestia Ludenberg?
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
Well, to me, yes.
Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. Here we go. The e-handbook. That's the only lead I got.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg, God
Jeez,
damn
why's it
it!
upside down?
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Actually, I
No,
do.
it's wrong.
The e-handbook.
That's it! The handbook!
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Oh, come on, Celeste. If you were really innocent, show us your handbook now.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because...
Gee, Celeste, calm down, calm down.
Until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
Ah, jeez, now Now I'm just getting drop frames all over the place now. What the heck is wrong with OBS right now? Okay, it's working fine right now. For how long? Starting to see a little bit of hint of yellow in like the OBS corner.
And that'll bring everything to an end.
Now it's red. It's not getting any drop frames, I'm just having a bad connection right now. Hold on. Just hold on. What is wrong with the drop frames right now? Well, it's not dropping any frames right now. It's just stuck on red. Alright, let me just try to see if I can get through this this manga part without it actually dropping more frames, I pray. Closing argument, begin. Alright, here we go. So, the killer and Ifumi were meeting in the room. And of course, I think, they sealed to the deal right there. Right, and Act 2. Okay, why do we have this poster from the second trial? Okay, now they're starting to bring up pictures from the previous trials. Okay, 1 o'clock. Hero arrives. But unfortunately, it's definitely not the ball from trial 1. The hero was attacked and brought to the next phase of the plan, setting him up in the Robo-Justice suit. They knocked him out and stuff in the Robo-Justice suit to falsify the evidence, and they used a certain item to do it. Yeah, the killer actually used the camera to try to take a picture of Robo-Justice dragging Hifumi away. Then Act 3 begins. At a little after 6, Taka comes by, and Hifumi, seeing his chance, smacks him with Justice Hammer number 4. Really? Why the heck am I getting so much drop frames right now? Why the heck is it red? Knocked him down, and there we go. Let's see. I think it just left Justice Hammer 4 down there. Let me see. The Justice Hammer that was used to kill Taka, that was number 4. Why the heck am I getting red frame? Okay, there we go. Then Act 4. The killer showed us the photo of Hifumi being dragged away, and we all went to investigate. In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the evidence of a shadowy criminal. That would be Justice Hammer number 2. Then when he's all there in the nurse's office, he takes the blood pack, smears it on his head, and throws it around the room, creating the illusion, which Justice Hammer was in the nurse's office, creating the illusion with Justice Hammer 3, that he was killed. 2 dead bodies. Then, meanwhile, while everyone was distracted, Hifumi got out of the nurse's office, wrapped Taka's body up, and dragged him over to the repository. And then, to seal the deal, the killer used this weapon, the wooden hammer, the wooden mallet, in order to kill Hifumi. I think this covers just about everything. I just really hope that the drop frames are not acting up during this part. I really pray. So, let's begin, shall we?
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
1 o'clock.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him,
the kidnapping,
knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo-Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these two incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did.
Yep.
We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up, and when we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Goodbye.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them.
Isn't that right, Celeste?
And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Celestia Ludenberg! Oh, jeez.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Checkmate!
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
So now we know Taika's true nature. Still got the A. Dang, 104 medals. Nice.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Sorry, Celeste. You lose. Guilty. I like how the people who died are all grayed out on the slot wheel. basically a formality at this point. But once again, you're totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestial Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taeko Yasuhiro.
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Fumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really didn't approach Hifumi with his plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder.
I'm sure she relied on her specialty. Lying.
My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then did you use, I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean alter ego? Really? Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
just a second.
Don't interrupt. I'm in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words,
And you're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
You used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had a meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you. Alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay
It
with
was
this?
Taka. He stole it.
So
And I
then,
have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-who to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct. Which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did!
as for
He
me,
came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
What? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. I knew he got a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him.
Unforgivable!
I'm going to fucking kill him.
most
Wait,
unfortunate.
please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? Oh, you don't mean... Taka is going to try to kill you.
Let go of you!
indeed.
And also, he can keep her to himself.
This is unforgivable!
Bastard,
Completely
bastard, bastard,
unforgivable!
Honestly,
Let me allow him... Okay, another mistake made by the developers. Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Translators, please. Proofread every once in a while just to make sure you get your lines right. I know 7 or 8 of these little mistakes so far. And I don't even know if I'm halfway done with the game yet. Or not. Absolutely not. How could I?
I swear
I
I
have
will
to save
save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
Hmm?
Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Fumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. Power of love. Even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem.
You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Fumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general eye size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. That's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But... So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect?
Because you're stupid.
That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though.
I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you explained your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead?
What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him be?
Are you okay with this?
Simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, when someone showed up, I told him, saying he's been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death. But he just barely held on. Can you really believe that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it.
It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical.
I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. Back to Hifumi ate it up. Believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. Simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean! Now you sound like Byakuya!
I wonder about
No.
that.
He derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are
Hmm.
you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offer of us? That is a lot of money, it's true. That's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end. So why would I?
Just the
You
worst!
sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled. I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious derived seems the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Tell me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, and
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You'll just get executed again. Celeste smiled then, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You're done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black can disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Time for the execution. Here we go. Game over. Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Okay. The burning of the Versailles witch. And the Monokumas just watch her burn, as well as the whole stage. Oh jeez, and here comes the fire truck. It's not the flames that killed her, it was the fire truck. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that, at one point, I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of her regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die. You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm sick. I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey! Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh!
Wow.
How
Oh,
exciting!
Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later!
See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
It's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are totally pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah,
So then,
we need to get in that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and locked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? Say, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did what just Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So, now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
you...
Is that why you want to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? But no, I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
And maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine. I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been gone. You see? Okay. What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went to action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera monitoring it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back. She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Let's see. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. But the secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? Just don't know. She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand in the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in, ga-chunk! At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. Bump. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? Oh my goodness. It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. There's a bunch of files, and what looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Post Peak Academy Student Registry? This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave. What is this? My head feels funny. A strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? What? Oh my! A strange sound rang out from my head. It felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. They cleaned out the entire bookshelf. Ow. Apparently something hit me, and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much, at least. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself toward my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that, as if from a fast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound, it's coming from the gym. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here, in the gym? I did make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. What? Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move, or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret.
Sakura's the spy?
I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then, could it be the mastermind spy is... Oh my goodness. Oh wow. And we're down to 7 surviving students. Oh. And we have the Super Robo Justice present. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is really getting intense now. Leon killed Sayaka. Monokuma killed Junko. Then Leon got executed. Then Mondo killed Chihiro. And then he got executed. Ifumi killed Taka. Then Celeste killed Ifumi. Then she got executed. And that brings us up to now. The next morning, in the dining hall, the day after Celeste's case. So now there's only 5 of us here. Only a third of the number of people we started with.
Indeed.
Loneliness has become commonplace. That's true. Still, what did I see yesterday? I don't understand. Sakura is the mastermind spy? Can that really be true? Makoto, are you okay? No, I'm fine. I can't bring it up in front of the others. If I did that, it would just confuse everyone that much more.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, let's eat till we pass out.
Huh?
What do you mean, in that case?
Cause, I mean...
Because look how scary everyone looks. It's gotta be because you're all fighting on empty stomachs, right? If you feel your belly, I'm sure you'll all cheer up, so let's eat.
Okay.
Let's grab some fish and donuts and eat till we can't stand up.
What?
That's like a deep impact style. Meteor impact extinction level event combination of foods.
Huh?
But what? Those are both breakfast time top sellers. Still, the till we can't stand up part is a problem. After we're done, we need to go explore.
I see.
That's right. Since the class trial is over, new areas should have opened up.
It's true.
Plus, we still have alter ego. We don't have to give into despair just yet. She's right. We have to plan ahead and think about the future.
You got it!
Yeah, think happy thoughts, not deathy thoughts.
You know?
Like when we are gonna get out of here, right?
For serious.
When this is all over, I think I want to get reborn for serious. Or, I mean, reborn as someone serious.
Well...
Hey, are you okay? That sounds like something someone who's about to die would say. I'm totally okay. I'm not gonna die. Why? Because there aren't gonna be any more murders. Huh? What makes you so sure?
According to the spirits...
I predicted it last night. Since it revealed itself to me from the ether, there's no doubt about it.
However...
How accurate is your fortune-telling anyway?
How about
I
that?
can usually hit 20-30% on a good day. That seems really low.
It's not like some occult
Well, yeah, it's
mystery.
not like he's here, whatever. Of course, I'm only gonna get it right sometime.
The occult is bullcrap!
I told you, my fortune-telling isn't like some occult thing.
So,
Fortune-telling isn't a cult?
You got it all wrong!
Of course not. Clairvoyance is clairvoyance. Don't put it in the same category as cow mutilation.
Huh?
Cattle... what?
So...
He's referring to the urban legend where aliens abduct cows and dissect them as part of the research.
Actually...
No, you're calling it an urban legend? As a matter of fact, it's true. As a matter of fact, it's happened to me. It all happened one day when I went to go get a hamburger. It was a place I'd never been before. They claimed their patties were 100% all beef. So I got a burger to go and head home.
But...
And before long...
the end is nigh!
The sky was filled with a mysterious blinding light.
Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating in midair. And then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my hand. Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef. It must have had some pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30% beef would be my guess.
What?
You can't trick me.
So I stormed back into the burger place and got up in the manager's grill. And they totally admitted it. It wasn't 100% beef. They totally mixed in ground pork with it.
How about that?
Now do you see? That is cow mutilation. I kinda got lost halfway through. I can't tell if you're for the occult or against it. You stink of stupidity.
Don't be mean.
I stink of... How dare you? Well, you do stink though. That's fine. That's fine? Anyway... I hope your prediction turns out to be true. Oh, at the very least, I won't murder anyone.
Yeah!
Me either. I mean, I would never.
Of course.
Me either.
Indeed.
Nor I. That goes for me too, of course. I could never kill any of my friends. I felt like those words of encouragement were helping us come together as one. After so much sacrifice and hardship, we'd finally become united. But,
Well,
to be honest, I wish Byakuya and Toko were here for this too.
But...
But they're so hard to deal with. They only think about themselves. Yeah, we better off about them, I say. That was enough to prove. We were united for the time being, but within that bond hid weakness and fragility. Chapter 4. All-Star Apologies. We began our search as soon as we'd finished our breakfast in the dining hall. We had to find out what had opened up. What was waiting for us? Okay, time to find out. Alright. This way is still blocked. Can I skip all the way to the 3rd floor? Right here. Oh, yep, it's opened up. So now we have access to the 4th floor of Hope's Peak Academy. Maybe this time we'll find some kind of clue. No, this time I have to find it. Okay, so there's a path to the 5th floor. Okay. So we have the data lab here. No good. The door is locked. I guess I won't be getting in here. According to the nameplate, this is called the data center. Oh, hi, Gimmick. How are you doing? I just finished the Chapter 3 trial, and I'm just starting Chapter 4. I'm investigating pretty much the 4th floor right now. Trying to see what's new here. But what's behind the door is a total mystery. Yeah. And so we have the music room here. This is the music room. It's hardly even a classroom. It's more like an actual concert hall.
Hey.
You know, you haven't told me what you think yet. What I think?
So...
About the secret room in the boys' bathroom. I did find the secret room, but as soon as I started looking around, I was attacked.
What?
Attacked? By who? Well, they came from behind, and I didn't have any time to react, so I didn't see who it was. And when I came to, the mountains of files and documents were all gone. I'm sorry. I know how important those are.
That's fine.
Or were. It's okay. I already saw what I needed to in there. And I have suspected the mastermind might come after you. What?
Because...
When I discovered the room, the mastermind must have seen me on the surveillance camera in the hallway. They must have seen me go into the boys' bathroom and not come out again. Still, I wanted you to go and see it. I wanted to see how the mastermind would react. Essentially, I wanted to find out if the mastermind actually knew about that room.
It would seem...
But to attack you and steal everything in the room? That must mean there was some unknown clue in there that could reveal the mastermind's identity. Then, you knew I was gonna get attacked?
That doesn't matter.
You can handle that kind of thing, though, right? After all, you're a boy. What does she think a boy is? Fine, I understand. Then let me ask you something else. Do you know about the note that was left in there? The note that says, you must not leave?
Just a second.
We shouldn't talk about that. Not here. Kyoko stole a quick glance at the surveillance camera.
So...
I'm looking into it. If I find out anything, I'll let you know.
Listen to me.
Is that okay? She may sound like she was asking, but it was clear I wouldn't have any say in the matter.
So then...
So, now it's your turn. Let's hear your secret. Huh? Did you think I wouldn't notice? You're hiding something.
Am I wrong?
That's... Yep, this little secret.
What?
What's the matter? If you're worried about the camera, why not just write it down? Well...
Hey.
We're friends, so you should be able to trust me. Isn't that what you said before? You're right that there shouldn't be any secrets between friends, but... There's nothing worse than expecting doubt about your friend when you don't have evidence for it. Oh gosh. Does this really affect the path? Never got an important choice like that before. Should I really tell her, even when there's a security camera watching? I'd be a hypocrite if I don't tell her, so I'll tell her. I haven't found conclusive evidence yet. If I talk about it now, it could just make things that much worse. Friends should keep secrets, but there's nothing worse than expressing doubt about your friend when you don't have evidence for it. Oh, really? So it's a but thou must, or in this case, but thou... what was that saying? Opposite, but thou must. But thou can't. Sorry, I can't tell you. Not yet.
Correct.
So, that's your answer.
However...
But do you think that's fair? You were happy to hear what I had to say, but now you're unwilling to share. I'm sorry, I really am. The game forced me to not tell you.
That's fine. Goodbye.
With those as our parting words, Kyoko left me standing there alone. I think I made her mad. Oh boy. Is this a grand piano? It seems really old. I bet it's worth a lot of money. Of course, without someone around who could play it, it's totally useless. Okay, so we still got several more rooms. Office? This is the office. But of course, there's no hint of any teachers that we'd normally be able to rely on. There's a flower on the desk. Somehow it makes things feel that much weirder. Oh, there's another picture here. Huh? There's a picture on the floor. This picture. What? Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka? The smiling faces of 3 people who are dead now. Oh, technically Celeste is not really smiling. A classroom without metal plates over the windows. It's exactly the same. It's just like that picture I saw before. There's no way this isn't important somehow. They're smiling the way you expect any normal teenager to smile. Just a normal group of high schoolers living a normal school life. I can't possibly believe they were able to smile like that in a world of despair like this. So, does that mean this picture was taken before they ever came to Hope's Peak? Which would mean everyone in the picture knew each other before they got here? Including Sayaka? No, there's no way. Monokuma did it. It must be fake. You're fake! Monokuma popped up out of nowhere and snatched the picture from my hand. A forgery, Pot! What are you, a middle schooler? You think the moon landing was fake too? Come on! Then, you're saying this picture is real?
Hey,
If there was such a thing as a Noble Truth Prize, I'd take first, second, and fourth place.
Too bad.
Actually, that's probably not true. I asked you a question. Is this picture real or is it fake? Oh, Makoto, you're so eager to split things in half, aren't you?
Hey,
It's no use. It's just no use. If you try to split something that can't be split, you'll end up feeling that you're the one being split.
it's true.
The picture is real. No more, no less. Without another word, Monokuma disappeared. So the picture is real. It's really real? If that's true, if that's the case... That's just... weird. We still have this room, the headmaster. The nameplate on the door said headmaster's room. The headmaster's room. Oh, there must be something worthwhile in there. Huh? The door's locked. Damn it. Right? I don't have time to investigate these classrooms right now. I think these are more important. And of course, 5th floor is locked, and I'm trying to investigate the nameplate. Chemistry lab. Inside the room, the smell of medicine was oppressive. So this is the chem lab. I hope inhaling all this stuff doesn't do permanent damage. It's a remarkably big shelf, and it's stocked with all kinds of medicine.
That's right!
Oh, listen, Makoto. Listen, just take a deep breath and calm down and listen to me. Okay, Hina, just chill out. There's all kinds of stuff we didn't have before. Vitamins, minerals, amino acids, creatine.
Okay.
And what? They even have protein-zyme X. What's that?
Hey!
A high-quality protein drink. It's nothing like that cheap swill in the warehouse. It's called zero level. Oh yeah? This is amazing. It's a gold mine. My prayers have finally been answered. Time to load up some more prayers then. A gold mine, huh? I've already taken a good look at things around here. There's a lot to think about, but for now, I should head back to the dining hall and talk to the others. Not long after I got to the dining hall, the others began to trickle in. And after a few minutes... So, is this everyone?
Well then.
Okay, let's discuss what we all discovered. Yeah, good idea. Kyoko? She's ignoring me.
So,
Hey, Makoto. Does Kyoko seem upset to you?
That's right!
She is, isn't she? She's totally mad. Yeah, looks like it.
What's your deal?
I bet it's your fault, isn't it? You must have done something to her. This is bad. Endo sheets have been attached to all the windows on the 4th floor. None of them budged an inch.
In other words,
Just like everywhere else. Escape from the 4th floor seems unlikely. That was to be expected, though. I found a couple rooms on the 4th floor, but they were locked. The data center and the headmaster's room. The headmaster's room? That sounds exactly like the kind of place we'd find some clues. If we can somehow unlock the door and get inside...
But...
Who cares about a stupid lock?
How about
There
that?
should be no problem for the world's strongest missing link to knock down one measly door. What was that?
What?
No, please, continue. You say I got the nicest butt in the block? The curviest hips in town? Is that what you said?
What the heck?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Hey,
Then what
come
did you
on
say?
now.
Because I know you weren't talking about tearing down the door to the headmaster's room.
Unbelievable.
Knocking down your headmaster's door? What kind of warm education are you trying to start here?
Your teacher had such faith in you. And
That's
this is
my
how
room,
you
you know.
repay me
It is
with
now.
betrayal?
And you're thinking of busting it down? You seriously don't want to piss me off. You have any idea how much bacteria lives on a single bear claw?
No, I was just kidding. Please don't get mad.
Damn it!
I'm not mad.
What? You're totally mad.
This is
I
kind
was
of
hoping I wouldn't have to add a rule for this, but you're gonna go around having these thoughts. I have no choice but to add to the school regulations. Seriously?
Too bad.
Breaking down the locked door is prohibited. There, that's a rule now, you jerks. The new rule has been added to the regulations menu. And that's the last regulations, surprisingly. Attempting to break into locked rooms is strictly prohibited. Is he gone? I don't know what's good for my life. I was sure he was gonna kill me, for serious.
Well,
But if he would go out of his way to make up a rule like that, there's no doubt that something important must be hidden in the headmaster's room. But now that it's a rule, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah!
And there was a big shelf in the chem lab on the 4th floor, and it had all kinds of chemicals and stuff.
Okay.
And there was an all-star cast of nutrient additives and supplements. You should at least go take a peek. I highly recommend it. I think you and Olga are probably the only ones interested in stuff like that. Oh, but it's not all good stuff, though. There was medicine and health stuff. On top of that, there's also, a bunch of different poisons. Poison? They were all labeled clearly, though, so it would be hard to grab one by mistake.
It's true.
Still, we better make sure we're careful around there. And you probably shouldn't tell Boyakuya or Toko about the poison, right?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Well,
just in case. You know what I'm trying to say?
Just in case?
Yeah, I think you're right.
However,
It's Boyakuya. It will be long before he's discovered it for himself. But to put something as dangerous as poison right out in the open, that's absolutely the work of the mastermind. So, has everyone said what they need to say? I think so.
For serious?
Well, it looks like nobody found any clues at all, let alone the way out here. I haven't been suppressed since my house fell to the ground. Someone do something to cheer me up.
Can I say something?
How about
Just
that?
because my dad was smoking in bed.
No, I have something I'd like to report. So, you guys all remember, right? You remember when I found that picture up on the 3rd floor the other day?
perhaps.
You mean the one that showed Mondo, Shihiro, and Leon all together, right?
Huh?
Yeah, I remember. What about it? Well, I found another one. Another picture. Almost just like that one.
Huh?
Another one? But this time the picture was of Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka.
Huh?
And they were all smiling. And the classroom in the picture didn't have any metal wood covering the windows. So the picture of Mondo, Shihiro, and Leon wasn't the only one. Now you found one that had Celeste, Hifumi, and Sayaka.
But
Kaya. But how can that...
Conspiracy!
Monokuma must have faked it.
But if the picture is real, then everyone who was in it, there would have to be some kind of hidden connection there, don't you think? Some deeper truth that we just don't understand?
What?
Can't be. It's a fake.
But Monokuma said it was real. And I know we could just write that off as a lie, but
so then,
can you trust Monokuma's words over the people who have died? Huh?
because
That's what you're saying, isn't it? No, that's not it. I'm shocked. You told everyone how we should believe in our friends, but you refused to do the same. That's not... What's going on, Kyoko? Why are you getting so emotional? I don't understand why she's so angry.
Hey, come
on, guys, stop fighting, or all your good luck is gonna flow away. Anyway, Mokoto, you're thinking about it too much. There's no way Monokuma didn't fake that picture.
Of course.
He's just trying to confuse us. We shouldn't listen to anything Monokuma has to say. You might be right, but still. Are you still so conflicted?
What?
It looks like you guys have stopped playing nice.
Boyakuya!
You all have the same sunken look on your faces. You were all so ugly before. You shouldn't let them sink in lower. When I look at you, it makes me think of a frog sinking into a puddle in the mirror.
You know?
Sorry.
just a second.
Are you apologizing?
What the heck?
Leave us alone. You're not part of this.
That's right.
That's true enough. Your problems aren't mine. We are and always will be completely separate. So whoever's causing your faces to turn so ugly has absolutely nothing to do with me. And if I happen to discover a vital clue, it would concern you in the slightest.
Huh? Can you finally just say something useful?
hey,
Boyakuya, what have you been up to?
That's fine.
I don't mind telling you. Perhaps forcing your lazy brains to get to work might do you some good.
such
I was in the
ignorance.
bath. What else would you like to know? Today's lottery numbers?
He was taking a bath. Is he saying he's been talking to Alter Ego? Did he tell him something?
It would seem...
Maybe we should all go take a bath. Good idea.
A mixed bath?
Okay.
A mixed bath? If Alter Ego really did tell him something, I wonder what it could have been. When they got to the dressing room, Toko was sitting alone on the bench, the laptop in front of her. Toko, did you decide to come hear what Alter Ego has to say too?
What's your problem?
I already heard it. With Master. With Master. You don't have to keep saying it. Anyway, so what are you doing right now? Shut up! Stop bothering me.
How about that?
Get out of the way. We have to talk to Alter Ego.
Well,
No, I made Master a promise. A promise? Master told me to wait here, so that's what I'm doing.
huh?
Are you his dog? If that's what Master wants, I'd do anything he asks.
I just love being mistreated.
Oh, well, fine. If you really want me gone, by all means. Hey guys, what's going on?
We'd like you to move.
Sure thing. Just kneel before me and beg.
What?
First a mega masochist, now super sadist.
Toko. Seriously, I'm asking you nicely to let us use the laptop. Did you hear what I said? I told you to kneel and beg.
How about that?
Come on, Makoto. Give her the old 1-2 combo. 1, drop to your knees. 2, beseech.
Why are you acting like you're not part of this? I was as desperate as I felt. Finally, I did kneel down in front of her and I said, please, I'm begging you. Will you please let us use the laptop? Such an ultra miraculous feeling of happiness. Oh, my pent-up anger at Master for abusing me is evaporating. So even you realize it's abuse.
Hey,
That should be enough, right? Hurry up and let's talk to Alter Ego.
You really came.
Everyone, come closer. I already told Bukuya, but I was finally able to crack open all the files that were on this laptop. Sorry to have kept you all waiting.
correct.
Just what I thought.
I see.
Finally, the time has come.
I'm starting to get kind of nervous.
I felt the same way. Resting on the keyboard, my hands had started to shake.
Just a second.
Move. The single word was like a sharpened blade. Wounded, I moved to let her take over.
So then,
Here we go. Yoko began typing, the words appearing as fast as I could read them. Can you tell us what you found out?
Leave it to me.
Sure, I analyzed the files and extracted all the useful information I could find. And one particular important fact I discovered was that a certain plan had been put into effect here. To isolate the students of Hope's Peak Academy and create communal life for them. That was the stated goal of the plan, but was meant to be more than just a normal school life. The students were intended to live out the rest of their lives here. That's
I see.
exactly the situation we found ourselves in.
Hey,
It's quite unthinkable, isn't it? And what's more, the one who came up with the plan was none other than the administrators of Hope's Peak themselves.
Huh?
Wait, hold on. What? Wait, hold on. And the reason we've been imprisoned here, it wasn't the work of some psycho freak or criminal organization or whatever.
no way!
It was school itself.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that?
just a second.
I don't think Alter Ego's finished. Perhaps we should hear the rest.
That's right.
It seems that the reason they devised this plan was because of what happened 1 year ago. This is how they described that event. They said it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Huh?
What does that mean?
Yeah, what kind of name is that for something?
You see?
Otherwise known as the tragedy. It was apparently some sort of devastating occurrence. Because of the tragedy,
Well,
Hope's Peak Academy was forced to discontinue its role as a school and close down.
I see.
I see. Things are finally starting to make sense. What this means is, 1 year ago, this tragedy, took place. And whatever it was, it forced Hope's Peak to shut down. From there, they decided to use the school as a kind of staging ground.
That's right.
They planned to sequester the students here, where they would live out the rest of their lives.
So,
Why would the Hope's Peak administrators want to shut everyone in like that?
Hey,
And what could this tragic event have possibly been? In a flash, Kyoko typed their questions into the computer. And the answer we got was... Sorry, I don't know. If that information was ever on this computer, it's gone now. I'm totally useless. I'm sorry. And that's all he said.
What? Then, is this really the end? We get halfway through the answer and that's it?
Indeed.
It would appear so. Disappointing. Oh wait! There's one other thing I forgot to mention. I think it might be important. I believe it has to do with the mastermind. The mastermind? Kyoko's fingers moved even faster than they had so far. Did you figure out the mastermind's identity? No, that I still don't know. But I did find a clue, I think. The one leading the Hope's Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope's Peak headmaster. So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now.
The headmaster?
The headmaster is here in this school?
okay.
Then that's gotta be the mastermind. I mean, Monokuma's been calling himself the headmaster, right?
perhaps.
Which makes the real headmaster that much more suspicious.
For serious.
But if we break down the door to his room, we're dead, right? So what are we supposed to do?
I'll find a way. No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
I
can't explain why. I just know that I have to find him. She has to? Kyoko, what's going on with you? When she heard about the headmaster, her reaction was almost violent.
So then,
You should see if Alter Ego has any more information. That seemed to be her attempt to regain her composure, and she started typing again. Did you learn anything else? I'm sorry, that's everything I found. All the information on this laptop seems to be pretty old, so that's all I can do from here. I'm really sorry.
Then, it really is all over.
hey,
Wait, Alter Ego seems to have more to say. Well, it's kind of a different topic, but I was wondering about something. I haven't seen Celeste, Tifumi, or Taka since yesterday. A heavy silence fell across the room. The only sound was the flat, precise clicking of keys as Kyoko typed. They're all dead. What? I see. Certainly I knew that was a possibility, but it really happened. Oh, sorry. There's no point in me getting depressed over things I can't do anything about.
anyway,
Well then, I guess that's it. That's it? A simple phrase that held so much meaning. She began typing again. You've done your job. Thank you. I'm done. I guess I am, huh? Then, maybe I'll take a little rest. I'm kinda tired. Goodbye, everyone. See you later. With that, the laptop entered sleep mode.
I see.
So Alter Ego did everything he could.
indeed.
We won't have to talk to him all that much anymore.
but
But I kind of feel kind of sorry for him.
But
You feel sorry, but he's just a computer program, right?
well,
I know, but still, he did everything he could for us, you know?
I mean, yeah, it did, but that's what a computer program is designed to do. You don't tell a computer good job every time you shut it down, do you?
Well, no. But when we talked to Alter Ego, I guess I just didn't see it that way. I know what you mean. I feel the same way.
hey,
Hey, come on, it's just a program. You can tell the difference between a program and a friend, right?
But you know, what's the difference between us and that program, really?
Huh?
I started thinking about how you would differentiate a person and an AI. Alter Ego isn't human, I know that. It's just a program running on a computer. But at the same time, I couldn't help but think of him as our friend.
That's right!
Yeah, he's no different from us. He's still a friend.
I think maybe I understand where you're coming from. Then there is no problem calling him a friend. After all, the more friends the merrier, right?
How about
Check
that?
this out. Friendship has no survival value. Instead, it gives value to survival.
So,
So anyway,
Don't so anyway that. It's a totally smart and cool thing that I quoted from I don't remember where.
hey,
anyway, there's nothing more Alter Ego can do to help us. As such, his role in this is over. Am I wrong about that? No, but...
just a second.
And frankly, I question the ease with which you decide who is and isn't your friend. Do you really mean that?
Wait,
The story's gotten off track. We should go over what Alter Ego said one more time.
Yeah, good idea. What was the Peak staff thinking? Why are they making us kill each other?
Alter Ego said that's what happened 1 year ago is what started everything.
Well,
Yeah, he said it was the biggest, most awful, most hopeless event in human history, right? It must have been a huge incident, whatever it was. But did something like that really happen a year ago?
I don't remember anything happening that you could describe that way. What about you guys?
I haven't really watched the news, so...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, nothing comes to mind.
Anyway,
That event led to the closing of Hope's
at the
Peak.
very least,
If nothing else, it must have had some kind of connection to the school.
Maybe all the students here were killed or something.
However,
That kind of catastrophe would have been all over the news. At least one of us will remember that.
could it be...
And maybe they covered it up. That'll explain why none of us knew that the school had been shut down.
I see.
Totally covering up something like that, I suppose it's not totally impossible.
What the heck?
What's wrong with our government? Our taxes pay their salaries. They should be handling stuff like that.
anyway,
Maybe. But right now there's only one path open to us.
so...
We have to find the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. And this is where I'm gonna have to cut off the stream for today. So thank you all for watching. And I hope you have a good day / night. Until the next stream, fairly well. Good night, everybody.